How's it going, guys? Hope you're having a good day. I'm gonna make this video just a discussion video, basically. There's some things that I kind of just want to talk about. There are a few things that have came out in the NASCAR news world with Gen 7. I'm not gonna be talking about the car though. We already talked about the car plenty. I'm gonna be talking about actually other things that you guys have actually asked me a lot over on Twitter or Instagram or wherever it may be. I just haven't answered them. But just like my opinions on certain things and what I would like to see with these certain changes that probably are coming in the next few years with the way and the sound of the direction of the leaders of the sport so far, which I'm pleased with. I'm actually really pleased with everything that I've been hearing. So, as you can tell by the title of the video, there are a few main topics. So the first one is midweek races. Now, this has been a talking point for a while. I've never talked about it because it's just not a big deal to me, to be honest. It does change things. It does freshen things up. And midweek races does change just the logistics overall of the sport of, let's just say, teams race on a Sunday and then they have to go race on a Wednesday. They have to get everything ready for that Wednesday, wherever that may be, wherever track it might be, compared to what the previous race was at. And all those logistics go into it, TV deals, all that stuff. So definitely a very interesting, topic to talk about. And I don't think it'd be a bad thing. I think midweek sporting events it's a really good opportunity, especially when it comes to racing. When you see racing, there's not a lot of motorsports out there that do like midweek stuff, but I'm just gonna, like, let's say I watch soccer a lot, right? And the Champions League is always in the midweek. They have the league games for each country, like the Premier League and the Italian League and the German League, and then they have the Champions League that combines all together, and that's midweek, Tuesday and Wednesday. Basketball obviously has their games for every other day, and football, has their midweek stuff. I don't want to compare NASCAR to, stick and ball sports. I hate doing that, but like just saying, I don't mind midweek stuff. So I think it's a good opportunity. And again, I'm actually talking only about the Cup Series. What I think would be a good idea is maybe testing it with the trucks or the Xfinity. I think the Bristol truck race is usually like on a Wednesday or a Thursday. Eldora for the trucks is also on a Wednesday. And just from my experience, I don't usually watch trucks or Xfinity that much, but if I know there's a truck race on a Wednesday or an Xfinity race midweek as well, I'm more inclined to watch it. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's just like, let's say you put a primetime race at 8 o'clock at night, and I'm eating dinner or something, and, people are coming home from work and stuff, and they're just chilling. I don't know. I'm just more inclined to see, like, there's mostly TV shows and stuff like that on at that time. And then when you're going through the TV guide and you see like a NASCAR race, I don't know, it could bring in different eyes that people don't normally see, because usually a race is on a Sunday afternoon and people have plans or something. And so I don't know. I kind of like the idea. I would welcome it. I would recommend it. I just don't know how the logistics would work when it comes to race teams going in there. So that's just my opinion on the midweek races. It'd mean more night races too, and I love night races. I don't know. I really like night races. I know at mile and a half tracks, the cookie cutter tracks, when it's cool and at night, and it usually doesn't provide that great of racing. But a short track midweek race, I mean, I'm all, imagine Martinsville on a one. Oh God, I would just. It's good. I don't know. I really like it. I think it'd be a good idea. So I'm all for the midweek races. Comment down below what you think about that. With midweek races, there also comes like the talk of a shorter schedule in terms of length from February to November, and in terms of races, 36, 30, 25, whatever it might be. As you guys know, we have 36 races right now. Cutting down on the races would cut down on money, TV money a lot especially. So I don't know if that's ever going to happen, to be honest. For now, I mean, under a new TV contract maybe, but I don't know if they're gonna sacrifice that TV money and cut down the races to, let's say, 30 or 25. I do think the schedule should be a little bit shorter, but I wouldn't mind if you added midweek races in the Cup Series, that way to actually end the season earlier. So you just get more races and a more compact schedule, and then you end it, let's say, a few months before November. I don't know, maybe September, before the NFL really comes going or comes on strong. But that'd be a really condensed schedule, as you could imagine. There'd be a lot of midweek races in there. So I'm a big fan of trying to shorten up the schedule a little bit. I don't know if they ever would, but I would. I would definitely shorten it to maybe 30, 28, somewhere around there. In a perfect world, I would also get rid of the playoff system how it is, but that's not happening anytime soon for entertainment reasons. So I don't know. But I think if you shorten up the schedule, a more conventional season-long championship battle would be perfect. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. So, but that's my idea. That's my wish, or what I would like to see. Is definitely that. I've already talked about this a lot on the channel, but I wouldn't mind like a chase kind of format. Just lesser drivers in the playoffs. Again, I think the playoff format needs changing. I'm not going to talk about it a lot in this video, but if they wanted to shorten the schedule, the current format of 16 drivers getting in and all this elimination stuff, I don't know if that would work that well, because it would just be a shorter schedule, less time for everything. So I would definitely try to get rid of that and go to a different kind of format with much less drivers, not 16, but more like 10 or 8. And then, seeing where it goes from there. Just that way it puts more emphasis on the regular season and just more, I guess, more ways to watch. Because now that, let's say, Denny Hamlin won the Daytona 500, if you're a Denny Hamlin fan, it doesn't really matter what he does until, the playoffs start, because he's already locked in the playoffs. There's just nothing that's really cool about that. So, I don't know. It's kind of stupid. Hopefully that changes. So that's shorter races and shorter schedule. Let me know what you guys would think about that. I really want to know what you guys would think about that. I feel like I'm in the minority of wanting kind of everything to be shorter, smaller, just in a different way. But let me know what you think about that. Now, this is something I'm really passionate about, is when it comes to shorter races in terms of like length of the races. I get it, man. I get that NASCAR is like it's always been an endurance thing, and but the cars, we barely get engine failures anymore, or mechanical failures. These cars are just really well built. That's how it is in most motorsports now. But it's just, from everyone I talk to that is not like a die-hard NASCAR fan, they're more like a casual fan. They just like kind of watch here and there. I mean, let's just take the Daytona 500 for example. A lot of people think that race is way too long, and it is. It's 3.5 to 4 hours. I mean, that's too long of a. It's too long. It just really is. In today's age, that's too long. Even think about it. I know you guys really like the gaming stuff, right? So if any of you play iRacing or NASCAR Heat or whatever, who in the world does 100% races? We don't even like doing it. If we do it on iRacing, it's just because like it's part of the thing. I mean, most people do 50% or something like that, because it's a much better time. It's just like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I really think this is something they should look at. I'm a really big believer in shortening the races. I think you can get as much entertainment value as you want out of a 2-hour race that you can out of a 4-hour race. A lot of times during these races, and sometimes out of the rare occasions, like a great race in Martinsville or something, it's really cool to have 500 miles and 3.5 hours of great racing. But how often does that happen? It doesn't happen all the time. And still, even if you're a diehard fan, a lot of people will just not want to sit there for 3.5 hours and watch that kind of race. I don't know, football's the exception because you sit there for 3+ hours watching football, but that's a little bit different. I just think for NASCAR they just need to shorten up the races. Again, you can get all the entertainment value, all the racing action, all that stuff, strategy and everything in a 2-hour race as you can in a 3.5-hour race, and you're just really cutting out a lot of filler. And I think that's something that they should really look at. I'm a huge believer in this. I really think shorter races would benefit the sport a lot. And especially with the fan experience as well. I mean, like just saying at Daytona, it was a steaming day at Daytona, and a lot of people usually get out of the grandstands to try to take cover for a little bit because they don't want to sit in the grandstands for 4 hours in the sun just beating down on them. So again, I think Formula One's a perfect example of everything that I kind of wish NASCAR goes in that direction. They have shorter races. Everything just feels a little bit quicker. You get the action in Formula One as well. Depending on your opinion, you could talk about Formula One and whether it's boring or not on track. That's your opinion. I just think the entertainment value and what you get in the time slot of the race, which is like an hour and a half to a 2-hour limit, is really good. I just really like how everything's formatted and everything like that. So again, big believer in shorter races. Let me know what you think about that. That's probably my number one thing. I would definitely, other than playoff formats and Gen 7, anything on track, just the actual format of NASCAR itself and the way the races are formatted and the schedule and stuff, that's number one, is shorter races. definitely want shorter races. I think it would be a big thing for modernizing the sport. Another thing that's being talked about is like double headers. I think IndyCar has done this. I don't really know how the IndyCar format works. You guys would have to educate me on that. I just know, like, let's say if they go to Detroit or something, they have 2 races, one on a Saturday, one on a Sunday. I don't know how the points work. I don't know how any of it works, to be honest. It's an interesting concept. I don't know if NASCAR would have a double header and have it work. I don't know how that works. I really don't. So on this one, I've heard about it. I'm not a big fan of it, but I think it's because I don't really know much about it. So you guys would have to kind of talk to me about that and educate me there, because it just sounds weird to have 2 races on a Saturday and a Sunday, and each race is different. Then there's like 2 race winners, and it would be at the same track, and I don't know. It just sounds odd. I don't know. I don't like that. So all these topics just go together with Gen 7, because Steve Phelps, president of NASCAR, and everyone around them, they've been talking about how Gen 7 is not just a car, and it's more of like the new generation of NASCAR as well, everything about it. So I like that. I really do. The car matters, though, guys. Please don't disregard the car too. We need the car to be racy. Please, I pray. It's still number 1 on every list I'll ever put. We need to have that car much better, so the drivers can really put on a show out there. But everything else, like from shorter schedules to shorter races to double headers to changing up the length of the schedule and all that, I'm all on board for it. I really am. I think everything would be a good idea to just kind of freshen everything up and switch everything around. The schedule, again, I've made a video about the schedule before. It's very simple. I want more short tracks, more road courses, less mile and a halves, more night races, more excitement, more, all that kind of stuff. So that's really all I want. I think that's what a lot of people want. I also want tracks not having 2 dates. I think that's a big thing as well. I don't want Texas having 2 dates. I don't want Kansas having 2 dates. I don't want Pocono having 2 dates. I think just going to a racetrack twice is really stupid. So that's why shortening the schedule to 30 and then going to 1 racetrack per season would really help attendance-wise, and just variety, uniqueness, freshness. It would just really help. Financially, I don't know if it would help, but that's just something that I would like to see. So that's another big thing. So comment down below on everything Gen 7 worthy in terms of the new generation that will be coming for NASCAR with all of this stuff. Comment down below. Let me know what your opinions are. I'll read all the comments and reply to a few. And yeah, I think it was just a good time to talk about all this stuff, because they've been talking about it on social media a lot, and the leaders of the sport have actually been talking about it a lot too. So it's really interesting to see. So if you like the video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you're not already, especially Twitter, so we can continue the conversation. Instagram is just more of a personal thing, so if you want to just follow me on there, go ahead. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Atlanta is coming up. I don't think I'm gonna do a race preview for that. I'm just gonna be very keen on the TV and seeing how that goes. I'm excited. I'm hoping it goes well. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm really hoping it goes well. I'll see you guys later. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Peace out.
Even if I tried, even if I wanted to, and I can't change. Even if I tried, my love, she keeps me warm.